Currently, here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the middle of winter, which frankly makes it pretty difficult to get out of bed to go riding in the dark before work.
Well, you could go out after work in the dark.
Yeah, but most of us have an hour free at lunchtime, and that's plenty of time to get a good, hard session in. But what kind of training session will make the most out of that hour?
Well, I think for me, it's got to be some intervals. A quick warm-up, smash out a few efforts, job done.
Beneficial, yes, but actually, mentally, it's quite hard work, isn't it? Like, I'm not afraid of the physical exertion, but I kind of want my lunchtime to be a little bit of a break. So I reckon I can get fit and put a smile on my face if I go off-road.
Yeah, but you're never going to get cleaned up in time to be back in the office after an hour, are you? Whereas I'm going to be doing the ultimate bang for your buck training, which is on the indoor trainer, where I'll get a very good quality session done inside 45 minutes, and I don't even need to leave the office, so I'll also have time for lunch as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What about you, Hank?
Mate, I'll be staying indoors as well. I reckon I can get a good, solid gym session in an hour. And to be honest, mate, these muscles ain't going to build themselves, are they?
Sounds like we've got a challenge on our hands. 12 o'clock, leave the office, back within the hour. Anyone misses the time cut, they're buying lunch, although they probably won't have time to eat it.
All right, game on.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hey, come on!
Sorry. We are super lucky with where we're based here at GCN. In just a few minutes of riding, I can be out of the city and on some proper good trails, really. Now, I always tend to find that I ride an awful lot harder when off-road compared to on, without actually needing to try. Like, the effort just comes very naturally. And for me, that's an underrated part of the lunchtime ride. And although I'm physically working hard, mentally, I can totally switch off and recharge my batteries a bit. Although, that said, I have got a quiet power meter on this bike, so I am going to be able to hit you up with a little bit of data.
So you might be wondering why I'm not dressed in lycra even though I'm a cyclist. Well, I've decided to do a strength session in the gym for my lunchtime workout. And this is not only good for maintenance of the body, but it's also good for performance on the bike. So I'm here joined with Chris at Strength for Endurance, and he's going to be running me through a 45-minute session. You ready?
Hell yeah, let's go for it.
Let's do it.
So nice and easy. Let's just get ourselves going for just 3 or 4 minutes, get the blood moving. Probably been sat behind a desk, so just get the blood moving, and then we're going to get you up, and we're just going to get you doing a couple of key warm-up exercises before we get into the main bulk of the session.
So this feels pretty natural to me. I'm on the bike, raising the heart rate, getting ready for a good, solid session.
Lunchtime. Let's go. I've gone for the indoor trainer because, quite simply, it's the most efficient way to train at lunchtime. Now, I'm really lucky here at GCN in that I don't even have to leave the office to jump on the turbo. So I'm going to do a very tough interval session, and I reckon I'm going to hit some great power numbers, if I'm completely honest. I'm feeling good.
Right, so it took me a little under 7 minutes to get changed. It's taken me a further 5 minutes to get out of town, and I've warmed up progressively throughout that time. I've done a couple of short efforts between the traffic lights. Lungs are ready, legs are ready. It's pretty much time to start my first effort, of which I'm going to do 5 2-minute efforts. So a short segment of a hill just outside of Bothe, and I've chosen 2 minutes because it's a bit of a strength of mine and I quite enjoy it, and I can definitely cram that into the lunch hour. Right, That's rep number 1. And I got my target once at 500 watts, but there are 4 more to go. So a 4-minute recovery, reset the bottom, go again.
While the others are stressfully running off, trying to cram in as much exercise as they can into their lunch breaks, well, I like to use lunch breaks for what they're actually for, which is chilling out and having some lunch.
So here, I'm working on strength and power. Strength being this weight, and power being the box jump. Now this is really good for cyclists willing to build power through the pedals. So I'm doing 3 sets of this, and I tell you what, it's definitely getting heart going, and the muscles burning, which is always a good sign.
Now, as I said, I am very fortunate in that I can quickly leave the city limits behind and find some trails. But if you don't think that you have that luxury, I would just say, bear in mind, you don't need pristine wilderness to be able to ride your bike on dirt, particularly if cyclo-cross is your bag. You can pretty much find places to practice those essential skills with just about anywhere in a city.
You rolling?
Yeah. I've got a right sweat on now. I'm deep into the session. Sweat's just dripping onto the mat. 2 more minutes to go. I am at the start of my Get Fit in 10 Weeks campaign, where I'm doing 4 hours on Sufferfest per week on the bike. Today I'm doing, quite aptly, the GOAT session, greatest of all time. Focused on increasing my FTP. There's a warm-up, then there's some opening up intervals, and then it's into 8 lots of 2 minutes at FTP, which for me is about 245 watts, but a low cadence, so looking at my strength. The great thing is, I'll be done in just under 42 minutes, so it's very efficient indeed. Still in my warm-up now. And again. What was I thinking?
Incidentally, fun fact of the day, you burn 80 calories an hour reading.
$501, 502, 503. No, I'm joking, I'm just on 8. So this is really helping me stabilize for the back, and it'll help you stabilize when you're on your bike as well, especially if you're doing a time trial or you're keeping in that low prologue or TT position. It looks easy, but let me tell you, it's not.
Right, final one, and I'm suffering, so I'm taking my gloves off. It makes me feel like it's summer. My legs are like jelly. Oh, that is it. I'm pretty toasted. Yeah, there's not a lot left in my legs now. So I'm gonna press the lap button, head back to the office, and get straight to the front of the queue for a shower. Whew.
Okay, I've got 20 minutes left. Bearing in mind, miraculously, I don't actually think I need to clean my bike today, but I am gonna have time for a shower. Yes, even I, the unsweaty one. The question is, can I tear myself away from the woods? No, is the answer to that.
Right, don't shoot this bit. I'm just gonna whiz it on to the last interval. Right, almost at the end now. Right, start rolling again now. Six minutes to go. Five, four, three, two, one, and we're done. Oh, probably don't actually need to have a shower. Shower in a can. Do my flies.
Right, that's a 40-minute session done. Thanks so much, mate. I'll see you tomorrow. I reckon I got 15 minutes to grab a coffee. That's not bad, is it?
Well, that was a nice relaxing lunchtime. I feel energised, ready to start the afternoon. And I'm going to do my training after work, where I don't have the stress of having to, well, cram it all in.
It started out really well, 510 watts. To be honest, I thought I'd do that throughout the entire session, but I'm not quite as fit as I used to be. In fact, the last one was just under 400, which is, it is what it is. Anyway, I think I'll get back in time now for a good long hot shower, get back to the desk with a little bit of time to eat as well. Oh, and finally, 700 kilojoules, 320 normalized, so it's pretty good.
Oh, you're right, Dan.
Hello, finally you've arrived. I've been here ages.
Oh, I bet you have.
Almost lunch hour's over, actually.
Still sit there before you.
How was it, boys? Hank?
Yeah, no, really good. It's actually a session I love doing at lunchtimes.
Sorry.
Coffee, I think.
Well, I didn't quite make it in time for a coffee, but I did get outside on the road, had a really good hard ride in my lunch hour, in the beautiful weather that's outside, but 5 2-minute max efforts. I'm not doing that again.
No, still quite a lot of training though. Yeah. If I'm honest, I probably wouldn't have ever done an off-road ride in my lunch hour, but I'm actually pretty glad that I did. I mean, I got a really good session in, 267 average, 309 normalised, 23 minutes riding above threshold. And I do really, really like riding off-road, so I have got a big grin on my face, even if I'm a little on the late side. So yeah, I'll do that again.
Well, you're lucky that it's dry at the moment, otherwise you'd still be cleaning your bike and kit.
That is a very good point. I would not tackle it if it was muddy.
Something that I don't have to worry about of my indoor session, which was brilliant, I have to say. Yeah, I think if you've got space in your office or at work to do an indoor training session, it's hard to argue against how effective it is. It's the most efficient use you can possibly make of your time on the bike, especially when you're confined to an hour. There's no faffing about in traffic, you don't have to put loads of winter kit on, and there's no freewheeling.
No, fair enough. You're looking remarkably fresh, actually, Dan, given that you've been sweating that.
I had a quick shower afterwards.
Fair enough. All right, well, a neat conclusion then. So for maximum training, riding indoors, clearly, if your work allows it. For a bit of fresh air, of course, you have to venture outdoors. And I'd say if you fancy riding off-road, then give that a shout, because that is a nice way to give a bit of mental space.
Yeah, and if you're stuck for anything else, then hit the gym.
If you are stuck. That's a good point, actually.
Thanks for starting without me, lads.
Oh, it looks like you're buying the lunch.
Looks like a complicated graph.
Yeah.
Where have you been? Oh, you know, it's been chilling out.
What did you actually do?
Bit too chilled out.
Had some lunch, didn't I?
In your lunch hour? You had lunch?
Yeah.
What, you didn't train?
How weird.
Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, then, well, why not tell us what you get up to in your lunch hour and what you think the best training is? And for another video, I think you should check out our Contador climbing challenge, which involves a banana.
And lots of standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it.